What's going on, guys? I know it's been a while since I vlogged, but I'm here in Tallinn doing a solo trip in the Baltic countries. Why, you may ask? Well, long story short, I'm not going home for the holidays. I'm staying in Europe. So what I typically do is click everywhere for flights from Düsseldorf, and then what I found was a cheap 24 euro flight all the way to Tallinn. So I decided to take the week off and venture on my own here in the Baltics. My first impressions without doing anything so far is I like how easy it is to go from the airport to the city center. It only costs about €1 on the tram, and it only takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get to the city center. One thing, however, I feel like the English isn't so great here. They speak, I think it's Estonian. I don't know if there's a different word for it. And then their backup language is Russian, and then I think it's English. And I looked it up, and I think at one point they were 4th in English proficiency. And the most updated list I saw was that they're 28th. So it's gonna be a bit of a struggle. I just gotta use my smile, my nods, my gestures, and just communicate that way. But I'm sure that I can do it. But I'm spending a couple of days here in Tallinn. Then I'm going to go to Riga, Latvia. Then I'm gonna end up in Vilnius, Lithuania, and then fly from Gdansk, Poland, which isn't a Baltic country, but it is an airport that was nearby, and it's a very beautiful city, and you'll see that a bit later. I am going to walk around, show you the highlights. It's almost 11, and which means I only have about 4 to 5 hours of sunlight, which means I don't have a lot of time to show you the bright parts. But what's great about being in Tallinn now is that it is Christmas market season, and that is one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm here to explore new Christmas markets. As you know, I love Christmas markets, and I'm here to explore more. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'm gonna get ready now and explore Tallinn. A little bit grim today, which is what I expected, but I'm really appreciating these wide streets, very few cars, and if you take a look behind me, there's a lot of like soft colors. It makes you just feel at ease. I don't know, it's just me. Maybe I've been being a bit cliche, but it's really pretty just to see all these different colors on the buildings and all the beautiful buildings around me. Whether you're spending one day or a couple days or a whole week in Tallinn, I highly recommend coming here to the Balti Jaama Turg, which I believe translates to the Baltic station market. So right behind me is the train station, and here at the market it's everything. So everything from antiques, cheese and meats, fruits, and any food you can name. I'm here at the Surf Cafe, just grabbing a little coffee. So just a breakfast, but I highly recommend stopping by here for a drink, for some food, quick bite, and yeah, it's super nice. Like, they have everything, and it's quite impressive. I haven't seen a market similar to this one, so I highly recommend coming here if you come to visit Tallinn. So I'm here at the Tallinn Creative City, which if you're into the artsy scene, the grunge scene, this is the place to be. As you can see behind me, there are a lot of cool murals. Right there's another one right there. So if you're really into the scene and you want to just peek through a couple shops, buy a couple things, maybe some souvenirs, I highly recommend this place. It has a lot of little markets, little shops where you can buy little things, little cute things. And so if you're into that scene, I definitely think that this is a must-see place. So I was a little bit bummed I couldn't go to the restaurants that I initially wanted to go to, but this place, Ulo, happened to be an amazing surprise. Not only was the service super friendly, so for example, the guy recommended this like fried gnocchi, and it was super amazing. This place is predominantly vegan and vegetarian, but they also have some meat options. And on the receipt, they wrote, "I wish I had a Christmas sweater like you, super cool." So I highly recommend this place for service, and also an amazing roasted gnocchi.
2 hours later.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm probably in the best state to be in for visiting Christmas market. Hungry, thirsty, and just really curious to see what this Christmas market has to offer. Tallinn usually ends up in the top 10 lists in the best Christmas markets in Europe, and I didn't do so much research on what to expect. I just saw some pictures, but I'm really excited to try the local cuisine, the Glühwein, which I think they call here Glöggi or Glöggi or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. See all the lights, and I somehow managed to miss it on my way around the city, so I'm looking forward to see the town square and just see all the different festivities. See you soon. Alright, so I'm about to try my first Glögg. This is made with blackberry, and there's like 8 different spices in here, as well as 4 almonds. I don't know if you see that, but here we go. Cheers. You definitely taste the spices. It's also a bit sweeter than regular Glühwein, mulled wine that I'm used to. But yeah, I love it. It's a bit more expensive, but I'll take it. So after having experienced many Christmas markets in Germany, how does this one compare? I would say it's rather similar in terms of atmosphere, but the way I describe it, I think it's a bit more amplified, more fortified. And what I mean by that is that the Glühwein, or what they call Glögg, there's more flavor, there's more spice, more sweetness, which makes it taste a bit stronger. It is more expensive, so that's why I say it's a bit more fortified and amplified. Also, another plus is that they accept credit card, which Germany has to catch up with. And finally, the food. So as you saw with my platter, it was a huge platter of fish, sauerkraut, and potatoes, which Germany doesn't really offer. They offer like bits and pieces, but there's never really a meal that really makes you full. And here in Tallinn, they offer this huge plate for about 10 euros, which is not too bad considering what you get. I'm gonna go back to the hostel, get some rest, and then go to a pub crawl where I can maybe meet some people. I'm not sure if I'll take my GoPro, but I'm hoping to get to meet some people around here. The next day. Good afternoon, everyone. It is about 12:30. Woke up a bit late today, but today is my last day in Tallinn, and instead of boring you with some b-roll, I'm going to try to interest you with some cool facts about Tallinn, Estonia as well. Starting with number 1, Tallinn is one of the most digitally advanced societies in the world. They accept a credit card at the Christmas market, have citywide Wi-Fi, which I was connected to. I was watching YouTube while I was charging my GoPro at a pretty fast speed. They were the first to introduce online voting back in 2005 as well. 99% of their bank transfers were done online, which is pretty cool. So if you're considering moving to Tallinn, Estonia, or considering visiting, this is a pretty cool feature to have for a quick trip or to live here. Fact number 2, I am currently sitting in the oldest cafe in Estonia, the Maiasmokk Café, which was founded in 1864, and I don't know if you see behind me, but it still has that classic antique look. The floor has remained untouched for about 100 years, and apparently Tallinn is the birthplace of marzipan, so I thought it was fitting to get a marzipan pastry and of course cappuccino inside. So if you're in Tallinn, I highly recommend this place. It's really unique, and the atmosphere is pretty chill, so if you're in for a quick bite, I highly recommend stopping by. Fact number 3 is Tallinn was voted the best Christmas market in Europe in 2018, and behind me you can see why. Fact number 4 is that the old town of Tallinn is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means it's preserved because of its historical and cultural significance, which explains why it's so clean here, which explains why the buildings look so well kept and really pretty still, maintain this original beauty. So last night I met this couple at the pub crawl, and one of the ladies highly recommended this Georgian place called Maiasmokk. So I'm back at the Jaama. Turg. Quite a pleasant surprise. I got this like chicken schnitzel thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's topped with cheese and tomatoes. It's really, really good. So I knew I had to make a return back here. In exchange, I told her a bit about Düsseldorf because they're planning to live around Aachen, And I think I solidified the decision, so hopefully they end up moving there and maybe, who knows, we might cross paths. Fact number 5, not really much of an interesting one, but it's about a 4.5-hour bus ride to Riga, which is where I'm headed tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I know there wasn't a lot of super interesting information, so I'm gonna link some websites where I found some inspiration for things to see, things to do here in Tallinn. And if you liked it, stay tuned for the next video. But now it's time for me to get some rest and start editing this video. See you soon. Peace.